Welcome to the Maps and Locations YouTube channel. Like and subscribe for more videos like this. Let's begin. A map that is mostly courage. This is French Polynesia, and the first thing this map wants you to understand is that it is brave. Not because the islands are dramatic, but because the mapmaker looked at the South Pacific, saw thousands of kilometers of water, and said, yes, we will label this. Most maps are about land with water as background. This map flips that relationship completely. Here, the ocean is the subject, the islands are footnotes. Why this map looks empty and is absolutely not? At first glance, this map feels sparse. Names float in grey space, dots sit far apart. There is more nothing than something. That is not poor cartography, that is accurate cartography. French Polynesia is spread across an area of ocean roughly the size of Western Europe. The land itself is tiny, the distances between islands are enormous. The map is honest enough to show that. This is one of the rare cases where the empty space is not filler, it is main data layer. If this map were visually dense, it would be lying to you. The ocean is not background, it is infrastructure. Notice how confidently the label South Pacific Ocean sits on the page. That is not decoration, it is declaration. In French Polynesia, the ocean is the road system, the supply chain, the climate regulator, and the cultural memory. Maps of continents can afford to minimize water, maps of archipelagos cannot. Every gap between islands represents fuel cost, weather risk, navigation scale, and time. The map does not draw arrows or shipping lanes, but your brain fills them in automatically. That is good map design. Archipelagos are a cartographer's compromise. Now look at how places are labeled. You do not see every island named individually. Instead, you see groups: the Society Islands, the Tuamotu Archipelago, the Austral Islands. This is abstraction at work. If the map tried to label every atoll in the Tuamotus clearly, it would become unreadable. So the mapmaker makes a decision on your behalf. Grouping is clarity, grouping is mercy. Maps do not show everything, they show what survives reduction. Tahiti, the anchor point the map needs. Now focus on Tahiti. It is darker, it is clearer, it sits near the center of the attention. Nearby you see Papeete, the capital. That is not subtle bias, that is functional bias. Tahiti is the administrative, economic, and transport hub. Without it, French Polynesia becomes nearly impossible to explain on a single page. Every remote system needs an anchor. Maps show anchors by front weight, placement, and proximity to other labels. This is cartography quietly telling you, start here. The Tuamotu problem, or why maps sometimes sigh. Now let's talk about Tuamotu Archipelago. This is where mapmakers earn their patience. Dozens of low-lying coral atolls, barely above sea level, spread over vast distances. Many are thin rings of land around lagoons that almost disappear at small scales. On this map, the Tuamotus are suggested rather than detailed. That is not laziness, that is respect for scale. If you zoomed in far enough, these islands would be intricate. But at this level, the map says, trust me, they are here. They are many, they matter. Good maps know when to stop explaining. Names floating in space are doing real work. Notice how island names seem to float freely, sometimes not perfectly centered on land. This is intentional. When land is small and space is large, labels detach slightly from geometry. The map prioritizes legibility over literal placement. This is one of the most common but least noticed cartographic techniques. Maps are not photographs, they are arguments about what should be readable. Distance, compression, and the polite lie of scale. On this map, islands feel close enough to imagine hopping between. In reality, the traveling from Society Islands to the Austral Islands is a serious logistical undertaking. This is scale compression, one of the oldest cartographic compromises. So the map lies politely, compressing space while keeping relative orientation intact. Maps do this constantly. What this map is actually teaching you. This map is not trying to help you navigate, it is teaching you that scale matters, that emptiness can be informative, that grouping is a design decision, that oceans are not neutral, that maps simplify in order to explain. French Polynesia cannot be understood by counting islands, it is understood by respecting distances. And this map gets that right. This is a restrained map. It does not shout, it does not decorate unnecessarily, it does not pretend land is more important than water. It trusts the viewer to notice what is missing and understand why. French Polynesia is not a cluster of islands. It is a relationship between land and ocean stretched across immense space. And this map quietly and confidently lets that relationship speak. That's all for today's episode. Thank you for watching our YouTube channel, and like and subscribe if you like this video. And if you want a custom map developed for your business or personal needs, reach out to mapsandlocations.com. Thank you again and look out for the next one.